Hi, my name is Randy Peterson for House of Frankie, and I'm here at the ADE 2018 Festival in Amsterdam, and I am here with none other than super DJ and producer KiNK. How are you, KiNK? How are you doing?
Thank you very much for joining me for this talk. I'm great. I supposed to be tired because I haven't slept much last night, but now after playing with some amazing machines in this room where Pioneer is exhibiting some products, I have so much energy. I feel great.
Oh, that's brilliant. I was going to ask you about what you were actually doing in the sound lab, like the equipment you were using and just what you were doing. Could you explain a little bit about what you were doing in there?
I was making music, and Pioneer I known as a company who makes record players, basically. And I thought, but more recently they started to manufacture music instruments, synthesizers and samplers. So I thought I want to use their equipment like using record players, but instead of playing records, I would use synthesizers. So I would play synthesizer A, and I would make a melody for the synthesizer B, and then I would crossfade to synthesizer B. So instead of playing record 1 and record 2, I would play the bass line A, and I'm gonna move to the bass line B. That was what I was doing. It was quite raw, quite simple, but it's a new thing. Still learning how to do it.
Yeah, very effective what you were doing in there. There was one particular piece of equipment I was quite amazed with what you were using. There was something on the left-hand side. It looked like a CDJ with the square buttons. Could you tell me a little bit about that piece of equipment?
So that was the brain of the whole operation. It's a sampler, and this sampler you can have your pre-loaded sounds, but you can also sample everything that goes through the mixer in real time. And you have 16 channels of that, and the moment you record what's going through the mixer, at that very moment you're able to start rearranging it and play melody with it. So that's quite spectacular. I'm still learning how to use it. It's a bit of a mind-bending thing because you have to define which channel you want to sample from the mixer and so on and so on. So it's not difficult, it's very intuitive, but you have to develop certain muscle memory. Like when you play vinyl, let's say, you need a couple of weeks or months or a year to develop a technique. The same with this sampler. It's very intuitive and very simple, but you need to practice.
Okay, so this is the sort of thing you actually do whilst you're doing your live sets?
More and more. I'm still very computer based, so I have my laptop with other MIDI controllers which basically do the same like this piece of equipment. And now, as this device is already on the market, I'm trying to incorporate it more and more. The problem is I cannot bring it with me because it's a big device, and I hope that it will become industry standard, so when I go to the club it will be there like CDJs. So now I'm already using it, and I'm gonna start requesting it from every promoter in the future. And I hope that it will, as I said, I hope it will become popular enough so I can actually replace other gear that I bring with this one, because this one is bigger, it's heavier, it's difficult to bring with you, but it's impossible to bring with you, but it's nicer to perform because you can hit it. You know, that kind of gear like the CDJs is just built for abuse, and I would like to use this one more and more.
Okay, I was going to ask you where you're actually playing whilst you're at the ADE, and are you actually going to be doing anything you did whilst you're in the sound lab live at any gig you're doing today or between now and the end of the festival?
Yeah, I do a couple of different things. Tonight I'm playing the regular KiNK solo set, which is quite surprising even for myself. I use everything from computer to MIDI controllers to digital hardware to vinyl, so everything, including maybe this device that I use today. So that's what I'm doing tonight in a festival called Into the Woods. It's a really nice event. And tomorrow in the daytime I'm gonna do a little tech talk alongside legends as DJ Pierre. We're gonna talk about new gear and old gear. What's the difference? What's the benefit of using the old and the new platforms? And in the night I'm gonna play a live set, but I'm gonna do a back-to-back live set with Frank Wiedemann from Am. If that makes any sense. Normally the DJs play back to back, but we are two live musicians, and somehow we're gonna jump back and forth with our spaceships. Yeah, and it's totally unrehearsed. Actually, we haven't discussed it with Frank, and today was the first time I tried to call him and see what we're gonna do tomorrow. He didn't pick up the phone. He sent me a message. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm having lunch somewhere. let's talk later.
Okay, so you're gonna just do things off the cuff, basically.
Yes, but the thing is, Frank is such a great musician, such a professional. I know that there is nothing to worry about. Actually, it's quite nice that we're gonna surprise.
I'm sure it'll be a good surprise for the audience too.
Oh yes, that's for sure.
Okay, well, can I just ask you a little bit? As you know, we're from House of Frankie.
Yes.
And I know you actually know Frankie. You knew Frankie.
Yes,
and could you actually tell us a little bit about how you met him and what he means to you?
Yeah, we haven't been friends, close friends. I just know of him. And obviously I love house music, and of course everybody who knows house music, he knows of Frankie Knuckles. So one summer I was in Ibiza, I was having lunch with a friend, and I recognized Frankie Knuckles sitting on the next table, and I couldn't help myself. I wanted to go and say hello, and I didn't know what to expect, because when you're touring DJ superstar, especially if you do it for so many years, maybe you don't want to talk to anyone. So I didn't know what's going to be his reaction. So I didn't introduce myself. I didn't say I'm an artist or anything. I just went to him and I said, Mr. Knuckles, I'm such a big fan. Thank you for your creations. And he was extremely kind to me. He was in the middle of conversation with somebody. He stopped his conversation. We had a nice chat about life and music, and I had such a brilliant impression of him. He was a gentleman.
Great experience.
Yes, great experience.
Wonderful stuff. Wonderful.
We met only once, but I will always remember, because he was great human, first of all.
Wonderful stuff. Well, thank you, KiNK. Thanks for joining me, and enjoy the rest of the festival. Many thanks. Thank you. House of Frankie. We're out of here.